Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now, I posted my 4-1-2-2 tactics. I'm going to actually link it in the description of this video. Today, we're going to be going through my 4-3-1-2 tactics. Now, if you guys enjoy the tactics videos, drop a thumbs up, man. I'm trying to drop the ones that I actually use, not dropping tactic videos that I don't use or formations that don't work. I'm not sitting here doing that. Trying to give you guys my best tips for different formations and why certain formations are going to work this year. So you guys can always go back to these. A lot of these tactic videos will be pretty final. There's only going to be a couple of things I'll change, and I'll go over them with you in this video. Now, when you guys look at my team, you're probably like, Nick, what are you doing with a 61 chem, 85 rated team? I just sold my team. So I filled in some players in my club that are similar to players that I would use in the position for the sake of the tactics video. Unfortunately, with EA, when you do a tactics kind of thing, and you don't actually, if you have concept players, you can't show custom tactics. So I got to put in real players that I have in my club. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, toss a thumbs up. Let's get into it. So we're going to be talking today about the 4-3-1-2. Now, why is the 4-3-1-2 different than the 4-1-2-2? I'm going to explain the little bit. There's two main differences that kind of happens with this formation, and we're going to talk about those differences. Now, before we get into any of the tactics, the two differences are between the front three and then the midfield three, and we'll talk about those as we kind of show you the instructions and reasoning why. So I've played 4-1-2-2 my whole life. Last year I started playing 4-3-1-2 a little bit, and I actually liked it more than the 4-1-2-2 narrow. So for this year's 4-3-1-2, I'm using balanced 50 width and 55 depth. Guys, what you're going to notice with my tactics videos is that my depth is always a little bit above 50 because the preset depth this year is so low that I feel like you're actually at a disadvantage if you play anything lower than 50. I mean, you're going to have your whole team in your box and you're not going to be able to attack with pace. So what we've got is balanced. I've tried many things on build-up. I even tried fast build-up. It's not that fast build-up is not that good for this year's game. The game this year just naturally plays a little bit slower. So I'm not a massive fan of fast build-up this year. Chance creation. This is very important. Direct passing, guys. This tactic is so good this year, man. You guys got to try this direct passing. It's so good. It's a little bit different than possession because what you'll notice is that the striker is always showing for the ball. He's not making these crazy runs in behind, but sometimes when you're playing possession, the striker drops literally into the midfield, and you don't want that. 50 width, players in the box, 4 corners, 2 free kicks, 2. So here's where the difference is between this formation and a type of formation like the 4-1-2-2 narrow. So first of all, when it comes to the strikers, one striker that's not as fast, Mbappe's not necessarily that guy, but I would recommend playing a guy who can finesse on the right side with the left foot. So Messi, Paulo Dybala, that's your type of player that you're going to want to play here. And again, pretty much the other thing for the left side, although you could play a lefty on the left side for the cross goal shot, but maybe having 2 finesses is nice here. Finesses are very good this year if you can learn how to use them. But we've got stay central and target man. That's going to be very important on this striker so that he can kind of sit around the edge of the box, get those finesse shots. Or also you can kind of fake that finesse shot cancel, go inside and shoot a cross goal shot. You can do that too. So Hazard is on stay forward. He would be our cam in this scenario. So the 3 here instead of the 4-1-2-2, they're going to be a lot closer together. It's going to play a lot more like a tiki-taka style in the 4-3-1-2 than a 4-1-2-2 narrow. They are a little bit more spread out in the 4-1-2-2 narrow. 4-1-2-2 narrow is a little bit more this year like a counter formation. It's very good, but you will notice a little bit more of a difference in terms of the way they're playing away from each other. These 3 are going to be very close. So for quick passes, this is a very effective formation. Okay, let's talk about the midfield 3. Cover center on the LCM and the RCM is extremely, extremely important. You're going to want to make sure you do that, guys. Stay back while attacking and cover center on the CDM. Okay, so this formation in the midfield, this is where the biggest difference is that I noticed, and this is why I like the 4-3-1-2 more than the 4-1-2-2 narrow this year. I think it's better, and here's why. Okay, the depth with this game is already preset lower. When you have the 4-1-2-2 narrow, unless you're playing with Conte as a DM, this formation is most likely going to be better, and it will be better even with Conte, because the midfield 3, yes, they are more narrow, but they're actually harder to penetrate through. Whereas when you have the 4-1-2-2 narrow, you have more of a triangle diamond with the cam and then the 3 center mids. You've got the DM, the 2 CMs, and the 1 cam. This one, you've kind of got a wall of 3 and then a cam running around. So this one is a lot nicer, and it's a lot harder for your opponents to kind of break through. I'm going to be honest. But again, similar to the 4-1-2-2 narrow, the very large key to this formation is if you don't have good fullbacks, you're going to be in trouble. Now, what you're noticing on this formation is I've actually gone ahead and put both fullbacks on stay back. And that's coming from a guy that plays really aggressive and always plays with fullbacks going forward. What I noticed is that you can trigger runs with these fullbacks using your L1 button to get in behind or R1 to come short. You can also start to use player lock. I've got them both on stay back just because when I was playing with one unbalanced, I was getting countered out the wazoo. It was too much. I was getting countered like crazy. So I do recommend putting stay back on both of them. Things that you could change in this formation, if you really want, you could put one of the fullbacks on balance. That's something you could do. You could also, if you have an attacking center mid like Griezmann, you could put him on get forward. I like basic, but you could put him on get forward. Other than that, I really wouldn't change too much about the formation in terms of the instructions that I showed you. I would be able to say that if you want to change the tactics, you could change the depth all the way up to 65. That's something you could also do. And if you really wanted to play fast, you could do fast buildup. Now, width, I would keep at 50 or even make a little bit larger. Again, because of the preset nature, guys, of the 4-3-1-2, your three mids are so close together that if you make the width even any lower, you're not going to be able to space out passing, and it's going to be a cluster F in the midfield. So don't do that. I would not recommend doing that. I think that's actually a really bad idea. So it's not something I'm recommending to do. Guys, we're going to show some gameplay now. We're going to show you guys kind of how the formation works a little bit. And I'm going to show you guys some highlights and pretty much some clips of kind of why this formation is so good. Right here, guys, we had the Ole review yesterday. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's really fun. It's a really good one. But Ole is obviously not much of a get in behind striker. He's a lot of a bigger player, right? He's a little bit more stocky, a little clunky. So because we have the target man instruction and balanced on Mane. Now, if we had get in behind on Mane, who at this point is the left striker, he probably would be not able to check in to Messi in this scenario because he would be trying to make a run in behind. Because of that instruction where Mane at the left striker is unbalanced, and because Ole is on target man, and stay central, Ole is actually able to be around that area, receive the ball. We use the R1 dribble, and then Mane decides to go make the run, which is really smart of Mane. Because he's on the balanced, he realizes that we're trying to create space to get the run, and then you can see, boom, Mane makes the run. I choke the finish. Now, by the way, we're going to have a finishing tutorial out, but clearly, as you can see, I don't know how to finish consistently yet. That probably should have been a cross-goal driven or a cross-the-goal shot. I've played 100 games of this game, so I'm still really learning how to finish, guys. That's something that's in the works. Okay, so because of Ole kind of sitting on that stay central target man guy, he comes back, receives the ball. You're noticing that we're working the midfield, and the key to this formation is working it through the midfield in the center mids and then working it out wide, and that's what you're noticing here. Even though Mendy in this case is on stay back, he's the guy kind of really igniting this play. Mane's not on get in behind. That's why I do not recommend getting behind for that left striker, because balanced allows Mane to sit there and kind of hang around waiting for the ball. We got Messi on stay forward, which means Messi's going to make that in behind supporting run to Mane. He's not sitting back in the midfield. And then because, Ole, this is the really interesting part. Again, this is why I really don't like getting behind for this formation, because if I had getting behind on Ole, I might have been tempted to actually play the through ball, and then he probably would have been offside if he really made the run, but he stayed onside, and then obviously that had to make the defender make a decision, and he was too late, and Messi scores the goal at the near post, and that's just a really well teamwork goal. You're going to see a lot of those goals in the 4-3-1-2. That's really where it's so effective. And then here, obviously, we've just got Messi dribbling like an absolute psycho. So if you guys haven't bought Messi yet, you should buy Messi in this game. All right, guys, so this is actually from when I tried out the new icons in FIFA, and there was a really significant moment here. This is what I wanted to show you. So obviously, Spinazzola has just intercepted the ball because he's gone stay back. So he ran back instantly to go try to get the ball instead of being unbalanced and being lost to the left wing. We've got our attacking center mid here in Bobby Firmino, right? And this guy, because he's an attacking center mid, he's not his defensive one. He's going to really help us push the ball forward. And boom, this is what's really important here. Cafu, I'm actually instructing at the time on L1. And if you click the L1 button, that's a get in behind run. So I wanted Cafu to run down the line there. What I have that's really interesting here, you can see my cam at this point is Paulo Dybala. Now, as Van Persie is receiving the ball, because he's on stay forward, he's actually making a get in behind run. He's trying to push the AI center backs backwards. And that's what you're going to see. They're going to actually react to his run. And what Van Persie is going to be able to do is, because we've got him on target man and stay central at the right striker, and because I talked to you guys about the finesse shots, look at what Van Persie is going to be able to do for us. Both center backs go ahead and track Paulo Dybala's run, right? He's got to switch to his center mid, and what you're going to see here is all we have to do is turn and shoot, and finesse shots outside the box are absolutely incredible. So what we do, we turn, we shoot the ball, and we get a goal, right? And that's what it's all about. We've got a cam that's on the stay forward run. We've got a deadly finesse shot at that right striker, and we score a goal. Easy as that. Now, again here, we're using the fullback. We cut that part off because it was just a little bit boring with the passing. So again, this is where the cam is amazing in this formation. Paulo Dybala is doing all the magic. We've got an attacking center mid that can ignite the attack. Van Persie, this instruction is so good, man. This target man this year, he's kind of holding a preoccupying 2 center backs. So what you're going to see is that spin. I think that's KDB on the left side. So because my center mid is starting to push forward a little bit, all the way at the top part of your screen right here, Wayne Rooney's already identifying that, you know what, Van Persie's occupying 2 center backs. Let me make an inside run. And what's going to happen is we're going to have a 2v1 overload on his right back. If I eventually switch it to Rooney, De Bruyne is going to make a run, and if he doesn't, I'll click L1 to make him make a run, and this is going to be a goal, 100%. I can already tell you, I haven't even seen this. This is a goal, right? Rooney receives the ball, weak foot shot, top corner. So, guys, this formation is really, really good, man. I'm telling you, the way you can attack going forward, it's quick passing. It's a lot of tactical instructions. This game is a very tactical game. Hopefully, this video helps you guys, man. I'm trying to help you guys with tactics and things I'm using that are working. This formation is my favorite so far in this game. So, if it helped you guys, drop a thumbs up. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.